Welcome to BG24's Public Affairs.
We have guests visiting us from the Wood County Humane Society, and from singing at the Obama rally to our studio, we have Lauren Allah here.
Also, stay tuned for a segment of the Vagina Monologues play. That and more coming up on BG24's Public Affairs Show.
Welcome back. And currently we have with us today the Outreach Education Coordinator for the Wood County Humane Society, Erin Jones. And Erin has a nice furry guest with us today.
What's her name?
This is Reese. She's a terrier mix. She's about 5 years old, and she's been in our shelter for about a month now.
Okay, what's her personality like?
She's very good with a lot of people. She definitely would probably want a home all to herself, but she is a good girl that, as you can see, is pretty relaxed when she knows her surroundings, and she enjoys to just be with whoever's with her. So she's good. She's a good, loyal companion.
And is she up for adoption right now?
She is. She's available for adoption.
Okay, so if you guys are interested in Reese, check her out.
Now, along with Reese, how many animals are normally in the shelter?
We try to average about 12 to 14 dogs and actually close to 100 cats. So with that, occasionally we do get some smaller animals such as rabbits or guinea pigs or some of that. We have rescue groups we try to work with on those situations, but usually we handle dogs and cats.
So where do you normally see a lot of these animals come from?
We take in about 3 different scenarios. First of all, we take in animals that are surrendered by their owners for some situation where they are unable to care for the animal any longer. Another situation would be stray cats. We don't take stray dogs, actually. The the dog shelter on Gypsy Lane takes stray dogs, but we do take in stray cats. Animals that are injured, we'll take those in as well. And also we have the humane agent for Wood County based at our facility, so we do have some cruelty cases that come to our shelter.
Okay, so people who are interested in adopting or anything like that, what procedures do they need to go through? What are the costs, things like that?
Sure. Well, for our adoption process, we have everyone fill out an application. We ask some questions about their home, their situation, so that they understand what all is involved in caring for an animal. We also require the applicants to be at least 18 years old, and we do a background check. If you own your home, we check that on our auditor site, and if you rent, we do check with landlords. And for the animal safety, we do a vet check just to protect our animals, but also if you have other animals, to protect their animals for health reasons. So the costs would be, most of our cats a year and up are $60. We do have some of our longest residents that are free. We also have a room dedicated to FIV positive cats. Those cats are free to a good home as well. And then kittens under a year are $80. Dogs that are under a year are $120, and then dogs over a year are $100, and then senior dogs we do have for $50.
Okay. What are some things that people should take into consideration when wanting to own a pet, or the responsibilities, things like that? What should they know?
Definitely make sure that you have the time for a pet. We have a lot of people that work a lot and aren't sure. I mean, for some situations like that, if you want to own a cat, cats do pretty well there. It's not the best situation for dogs. So make sure you have the time to spend with the animal, that also you're able to keep up with the medical costs. When you travel, take that into consideration. Are you able to leave the animal in someone's care? And then definitely make sure you have enough to care for their food and their water and things like that. So.
Now, in more of a self-rewarding aspect, what would you say are some benefits with adopting animals from the shelter?
Well, a lot of our animals, you know, this is their second chance. This is their journey. They're looking for homes. Some of them come from rough situations, so you can have that feel-good feeling that you're helping someone out. And also, you know, animals are great companions. So, you know, some people that are living alone, it's great to have a companion there. You know, also we have a huge issue just not in this county, but in general with stray cats, or spay and neuter is a big part of the Humane Society. There's a huge problem with pet overpopulation. So as part of the Humane Society, all that's included with your adoption are spay and neuters. We keep all our animals up to date. For dogs, you get free behavioral dog training, some food, collars, leashes. So the animal's spayed or neutered, so that's a benefit. So if you weigh the cost, if you would buy a dog from a breeder or even a free cat, you would have all those medical costs on top of you know, your payment. But with adopting from the Humane Society, that's all included in your adoption. So that's a great benefit as well.
Now, on a more important subject, would you say that a lot of you, because you mentioned it with abuse of a type of pets that come into the society, would you say that that's big within Wood County?
Animal cruelty is an issue for just about any county. We're facing, a lot of people are in tough financial situations, and they feel as though, you know, we see a lot of animals neglected in the sense they're just left outside. We rely on the public to call those situations into us and have our humane agent investigate it before any action's taken for those situations. We do see some abuse situations, but really I would say the main problem we have is neglect. So that's a big issue for any county, really.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Erin.
All right.
And thank you, Reese.
Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by.
Sure.
And when we come back, we'll be joined in the studio by a very nice singer that sang at the Obama rally.
Welcome back. Today we have Lauren Alla with us. She sang for the Obama rally here at BG. Lauren, thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
So what probably a lot of people are wondering is, how long have you been a singer?
I've actually been singing. I know it sounds cliche, but I've been singing since I could talk. Actually, my mom told me, basically when I was about 1.5, I just started singing. It's basically everyone in my family sings, so it's like that, basically.
What kind of training have you had? Have you been training since you were little, or?
I have no vocal training.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
then from just seeing you there, seeing at the rally, just where does all that volume come from? From just like being such a tiny woman as yourself?
But singing is my passion.
Mm-hmm.
That's my love. I love singing. It's my heart. And so when I sing, I just give it my all. I give it my all, and I'm not shy. So basically, it just comes from my heart, honestly.
Okay, well, we are going to watch a clip of her singing at the Obama rally.
Still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, that was powerful.
Amazing.
That was
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you.
Now, are there any other occasions that you normally sing for, or just kind of specialize in campaign rallies? What?
Oh no, yeah. No, that was actually my first experience like
Really?
that. But I sing at football games, basketball games, church, basically anywhere someone asks me, I'm willing to. I auditioned for The Voice, to show The Voice, and I made it to the second round for that show. But afterwards they said, this season we're not what we're looking for. So you know how that goes.
That's the easy way to let you down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how did you get picked for this? I mean, did you audition or they just kind of picked you?
It was really weird. I was coming home from class and they basically just called me and said, "Hey, are you for Obama?" It was kind of a weird question. It was someone actually from the campaign, and I told them yes, I was. And they told me that someone nominated me to sing, and they asked if I could send them 2 videos just to make sure that I could actually sing. And I sent a video with me singing Rihanna, California King Bed, and a gospel song by Yolanda Adams, Still I Rise. So they called me back in 2 days asking for my social security number and asking for some things to make sure that I would be around the president. And then I just came and I sung.
Awesome.
So, since this was such a big occasion for you, what's next on the road for Lauren? Where are you going? Like, are you continuing to be a singer? Like,
oh yes. Like I said, singing is my heart. So anytime I'll be graduating once I'm 21. I'm a junior now, so I want to get through school and everything. But I have big dreams for singing. I want to audition for X Factor. I want to go back to The Voice. Anything like that. So I definitely would love to sing. As long as I graduate, I'll be with my early childhood education degree in a year and a half from now, and then I'll be singing. Hopefully you guys see me.
Awesome. Awesome. That sounds great.
nice.
Did you get to meet the president while you were there, or, I mean?
Well, he nodded his head and said thank you, but I didn't actually get to take a picture. I thought that it would be a little, more formal, but it wasn't. But it was still an amazing experience.
Okay, and then also, like, when you sing, what kind of emotions do you try to bring into play? I mean, do you just try to, like, channel any certain kinds, or?
It definitely depends on the song that I'm singing. The song kind of reflects my mood of the song. So if it's a powerful song like the national anthem, I want you to know I am proud to be an American. Different song, whether it's a love song, I want you to know that I'm passionate about, love or the feelings like that. A gospel song with God. So it depends on actually the song. But I always want everyone to know that I'm serious about it.
Okay.
So you just mentioned about just like the different kinds of songs and stuff, and you being a singer. What's your main focus? Would you say? Like, what's your genre?
I would say my genre will be more pop R&B. I look up to singers such as Adele, Beyonce. Those are two of my favorites.
Okay.
Very powerful singers, which I guess it works out because you're right up there with them.
Oh,
yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, you're great though.
Thank you.
Okay. I mean, you said you haven't had a lot of training. Did you ever do anything like this in high school, or was it just kind of in college you just decided to start performing?
Well, it was the same concept. In high school, I did basketball games and football games, but I was in varsity chorus where we sang, just the typical varsity chorus, but it wasn't anything where I took any extra training or vocal training or anything like that. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. Well, when we come back, Lauren will be actually singing for us live right here in the studio, so make sure you tune in.
Remember those walls I built? Oh, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I've got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened, every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking out, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. I pray you won't fade away.
All right.
That was
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
chills. That was amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. That was really good.
Thank you very much.
And when we come back, we have members of the Vagina Monologues coming to do a special performance and tell you a little bit about the show. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Here with us today we have Kelsey Klein, producer of the Vagina Monologues, Ariel Patty, and Shaylee Welch. She's going to be our actress today, and she's going to perform a little bit of the Vagina Monologues. Okay, what makes this play so popular? I mean, it's not just popular here at BG, it's popular nationwide.
I think what makes it so popular is that it's something that never gets talked about. The type of content that's in the show, it has a lot of content not only about how women feel about our bodies, but also about women's experiences with sexual assault and rape and women's experiences with sex. And I think it's really great that it's talked about in a public forum because that's so often not talked about, and I think that's why it's so popular.
And what are the messages that are trying to be delivered through this? I mean, what are you trying to tell women or audience members in general? I mean, men can go see this play too.
I mean, along with what Kelsey was just saying, the fact that this is just information that's never told to people and it's not talked about. It's not talked about in schools, it's not talked about in theater, it's not talked about just in any hemisphere. So I think it's just important that people have the opportunity to hear, like, yes, there are women who have experienced sexual assault and domestic violence and happy experiences too. Like, it's not all just about the sad parts of women's issues. It's about everything that it means to be a woman anywhere in the world.
Okay. And then what kind of reactions do you get from the audience? I mean, are they all positive? Are they negative?
Yes.
A little bit of both?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything you can imagine. We were talking about this earlier. I mean, we've had girls burst into tears because, you know, they weren't expecting to hear something that rings true with something that they've experienced, or we've had people walk out from discomfort. We always have people flood us saying, like, oh, we love it, we can't wait for Vagina Monologues, when's the show, when's the show? So, I mean, really, any, like, imaginable reaction, we've probably had it.
Yeah. And then there's people like us who end up loving the show so much that we end up producing it, directing it, and being in it for the second and third times.
Right.
Yeah, so some people keep coming back, some people experience a lot of discomfort. It really depends on what your experiences have been and how you handle those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I mean, obviously it's called the Vagina Monologues, but can it be something that men enjoy to go see too? I mean, is it something that they might like?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's kind of a show that allows women sometimes to poke fun at men. It allows women to be angry at men, and it allows women to really talk about how much we love some of our experiences with men. So I think men can find the show very beneficial as well.
I think anybody who loves someone with a vagina should see the show.
Okay. And then how did this play come about?
The play was originally written by Eve Ensler. In 1996, it premiered. And it was taken from her interviews with, I think, over 400 women about how they feel about their vaginas. And it came into being as V-Day in 1998. And V-Day is this global movement for social justice and the end of rape and sexual assault. So it came into V-Day in 1998, which is when it started being performed at colleges and universities.
All right, thank you. Well, we'll be right back with a short clip from the Vagina Monologues. All right, everybody, welcome back. And this is Shaylee Welch, and she's going to perform a little piece for us.
Beautiful. Hey, thanks for that. When I was 10, I had to pee really bad once on a car trip. It went on for almost an hour, and when I finally got to pee in this dirty little gas station, it was so exciting, I moaned. I moaned as I peed. I couldn't believe it. Me moaning in a Texaco station in the middle of Louisiana. I realized right then that moans are connected with not getting what you want right away, with putting things off. I realized moans were best when they came at you by surprise. They came from this hidden, mysterious part of you that was just deep. I became a moaner. It made most men anxious. Frankly, it terrified them. I was too loud, they'd lose focus, and then they'd lose everything. We couldn't make love in people's homes, the walls were too thin. And I got a reputation in my building. And then people started staring at me with contempt in the elevator. Men thought I was too intense.
You have 1 minute.
Some called me insane.
Thank you very much. That was very, very
Yes.
good.
And if you're interested in seeing the vagina monologues, feel free to just check that out. February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 8 p.m. on 1st and the 2nd, 3 p.m. on the 3rd. For BG24 News Public Affairs, I'm Tom Bigley.
And I'm Carly Ranks. Thank you for watching. Good night.